This is an SEO tutorial for beginners. I'm going to walk you through step by step everything you need to do to SEO your website so it ranks higher on Google and other search engines. So we've got a lot to get through today. This is a complete training course, top to bottom, A to Z. I'm going to walk you through everything. So let's get started, and I will show you what you are going to learn today. So you will learn what SEO is. You'll have a really clear idea of what it is and also why it matters. Because when you know why it matters, you'll understand how powerful it is and why you need to embrace it and actually learn how to do it yourself instead of relying on those shady SEO companies that make all kinds of unethical promises. So I'm going to show you how to do it for yourself. So I'm going to walk you through some of the essential SEO tools that you need to be using. We're going to take a little bit of a deep dive into them so you'll know what tools. Many of them are free. I think everyone that I'm listing today is free to use. I'm going to warn you of the dangers of SEO, because there are, of course, dangers if we do it wrong. If we don't get it right, then that can have a really detrimental impact on our business. So we need to make sure we're doing things right. I'll tell you how to do that today. Then we're going to have a look at keyword research. Everything starts with good keyword research. We have to make sure we've got that right, because if we don't make sure that that is right, then, well, we're not going to get the results that we deserve. I'm also going to show you how to reverse engineer your competition, because it makes sense. If we look and model ourselves on the successful websites that have already achieved what you want to achieve, it makes sense that you should be able to get similar results as them. So I'm going to show you how to uncover that data and how to use it so you can reverse engineer your competition and hopefully steal a match as well. So we're going to break things down into two sections. So there's on-page SEO, things that you can control, what happens on your website, and then of course we've got off-page SEO, things that we largely don't have that much control over. Now there are a few things that you can control. I'm going to walk you through the ones that you can control. I'm going to help you influence the ones that you can't control. Next, we have got the internal link structure. This is such an important part of our SEO strategy. So we're going to look at how your website functions. We're going to take a bit of a dive into that so you will know the best way to build your site around your keywords. Then I'm going to give you the 9 vital SEO metrics. Listen, there's literally hundreds of metrics that we can keep an eye on, but you only need to know 9 of them. So I'm going to show you the 9 vital SEO metrics that you need to be aware of. Then I'm going to give you some SEO tips for the long haul. So things that are going to help you in the months and years to come. Then we're going to look at the problems of SEO, because we do have problems. Like most things, we need to be aware of both sides of it. So I'm going to talk about some of the problems that you need to be aware of, and you might choose a different path than SEO. So I'm going to give you the full picture, but why me? Why listen to me in the first place? Well, I've been doing SEO professionally since 1998, a very long time now. I was actually in the industry at the very beginning. Even before SEO was a thing, I was learning how to SEO. And a bit of a funny story, the very first digital marketing job interview I went for, I was actually laughed out of there because I didn't have a clue about this stuff. And it was because of that interview I decided to learn everything I could. So if I went back for another one, I'd improve my chances of getting a job. That was 1998. That's when I started learning this stuff. Back when all you had to do to succeed on on Yahoo and Alta Vista because it was before Google. All you have to do was just stuff keywords into the keyword tag. Of course, that doesn't work anymore. So I've been doing it a very long time. I've literally worked on hundreds and hundreds of websites. Some of them have been global brands that you will recognize, and I'm not selling you some SEO course today. You know what it's like when you watch a YouTube video and the whole thing is just a thinly disguised advert to sell you an SEO course or sell you SEO services. I don't have an SEO course. I don't sell SEO tutorials. I might at some point in the future, but right now I don't. I do have different training that has really got very little to do with SEO. It's more about traffic generation now because, as you probably know, SEO takes a long time to get results. So I have a separate course that will show you how to get traffic without SEO within a matter of days instead of months. So I'm not selling an SEO course today. But what is SEO? Well, SEO is search engine optimization. You probably know that already. It targets relevant keywords, and they have to be relevant to your niche. They have to be specific. We're going to get into keyword research in a second. It boosts your search engine visibility. That's the whole point. So it ranks you higher on Google and other search engines, so you get more traffic. This is why SEO matters, because there are millions of people using search engines. Think about it. It's how people find stuff on the internet. It's how you find stuff on the internet. If you want information about something, you're going to go to Google or Bing or YouTube and search for a specific topic. Millions of people do this. So you need to be in front of the people who are searching for your content or your services. You put yourself in front of those via SEO. And that, of course, drives traffic to your website eventually. And then that will increase your conversions, so you make more money. It boosts your profit. And it also improves overall brand awareness. If you're on the front page of Google for a specific key phrase, and it tends to be a fairly popular key phrase, that's going to do wonders for your branding. Okay, let's get down into the SEO tools. These are the essential tools that you need to use. So we are going to start with the Google Keyword Planner. This is one of the most useful tools that we can use because it shows us the exact search volume for every keyword we choose. Now, it used to be a very simple and easy to use tool. It's become a little bit more complicated, but I'm going to show you a very quick and easy way to use it to get the same data that we used to be able to get from it. So we're going to use the Keyword Planner tool. You also need to sign up for the Google Search Console. You need to have those tags on your website. You need Google Analytics as well. This is before you do any form of SEO. The first thing you do when you have a website, you put it together and then you install Google Analytics and the Google Search Console tags. You need them. It's also a really good idea if you set up a Google My Business page. So that will allow you to add your location, and then hopefully your business will appear in those near me searches. So, if you type in, say, pizza restaurant near me, you'll appear there, hopefully, if we do it right. You can also use the Google PageSpeed Insights tool to see how fast your website is. That's a really important part of SEO now, so we need to be aware of that. And we're going to look at other additional keyword research tools because we have multiple tools now. Many of them are free, so we can use things like SEMrush, Ahrefs, which is paid. SEMrush, they have a premium option. It's free for a limited number of searches, something like that, and it doesn't show that much data. We also have UberSuggest from Neil Patel, which is free, It's an okay platform to use. We're also going to use WordPress SEO plugins. We've got a choice here. The most widely known ones are called YOAST and then All-in-One SEO. Both are fantastic. Both are free. It is entirely up to you which one you choose. And, we can also use the SEO Quake extension. So let me show you that a second. So we need Chrome. So let me drag in Chrome. If we type in SEO Quake, it will take you to, but you can see it's actually running on Chrome for me now. So it will show me lots of really interesting information about websites in the search engine results pages. There you can see it's bringing in more data there. But if we type in SEO Quake and go down to Google Chrome Store, and if my internet connection will run properly for me today, there you can add the extension there. It's really useful for you. And then another extension that I recommend using is called FatRank extension. So if we go back to the Google homepage, let me show you that. FatRank, and then you will be able to add it to Chrome. So just click Add to Chrome. And this will tell you where your website ranks in Google for keywords and phrases. So that's a really important one that I suggest you install as well. Both free to use. So they are the essential tools that I recommend you start using. And separate browser plus one that has incognito mode. So why do we need a separate browser to the one that we typically use? Well, we need to be able to get pure results from the search engine results pages because, of course, your browsing history is going to influence the results that you see. So if you live in a particular area, you are going to see results from that area. If you have a particular interest, then you will see results that are relevant to that interest. So Google tries to guess what you're interested in and where you are, and it wants to provide data and results that it believes will be most beneficial to you. So what we need to do is clear all that out. We need to have a fresh start and only see the results that other people are seeing. So for that reason, we use a completely brand new browser and we use it in incognito mode. So there's no cookies there. There's no real trace of previous activity. It's clean. And we need that to get the pure results. So we can choose from Chrome, Firefox, or Edge. So if you're already using Chrome, go with Firefox or Edge. If you're already using Firefox, then choose Chrome or Edge. So just use a different browser to the one that you currently use. Okay, let's move on to the dangers of SEO. So there are 3 types of SEO you need to be aware of. We have black hat SEO. You may have heard of this. It is quite dangerous because it violates the Google Webmaster Guidelines. The Google Webmaster Guidelines is almost like the Bible for SEOs. It's the way to do things. It's the appropriate behavior for SEOing or optimizing a website. So Black Hat violates those guidelines. And it can do that through spam or link manipulation. Things like buying links or spamming links all across the internet, that kind of thing, to influence that part of Google's algorithm. Duplicate content can be seen as black hat. Keyword stuffing, so you have multiple keywords all closely related. You have repeat keywords over and over again. It's very spammy, and Google does not like that. And if you get caught doing black hat techniques, your site will be blacklisted. So it is dangerous. It can have permanent damage to your websites. And I know because I have done black hat SEO in the past, and I have paid the price for that as well. So I would encourage you to stick with white hat if possible. So let's talk about white hat, which is really simple. It follows the Google Webmaster Guidelines. So go through those guidelines, take a good read, do take the time because it's going to be very beneficial to you and your website. Then we have a mix of white hat and black hat. That is grey hat. So it's things like spun content. So it's not technically against the Google Webmaster Guidelines, at least not the last time I checked anyway, but it is kind of unethical and an unnatural internal link profile. What I mean by that is we have a spammy internal link profile. So we have internal links where they really don't belong. So the context from an editorial point of view doesn't make much sense. There's just a link for the sake of having a link, and that's not good SEO. So let's talk about keyword research. So the whole point of keyword research is to identify relevant keywords to your niche, to your topic. And these are hopefully what people are searching for. Now listen, anyone can rank for any key phrase if no one is searching for it. This is one of the things that shady SEOs do. They will rank you for key phrases that no one is searching for. And then they'll charge you a fortune for that. So if you are ranked for a key phrase, you 100% have to make sure that there is a decent search volume, a decent number of people searching for that key phrase. So you need to verify the search volume, and that is how many people are searching for that key phrase. We also have to look at the competition level. I'll walk you through this in a second. So that is how many other pages compete for those key phrases. And when it comes to key phrases and keywords, we have two types. We have short tail keywords and we have long tail keywords. So short tail keywords are 1 to 2 words long. So breaking news or news is a short tail, and the competition for that is going to be so huge. So we want to avoid short tail keywords because they are harder to rank for. Instead, we want to focus on those long tail keywords. These are key phrases that have at least 3 words in the phrase, and this is less competition, so it's more tightly focused, it's more niche relevant, and it's easier to rank for. So let's do a little bit of keyword research because it is pretty easy to do. Let me just drag it in browser window here, and we're going to go to, where should we go? Let's go to the Google Keyword Planner. So Google Keyword Planner. Type that in to your browser and then click Google Keyword Planner thingy there. And then go to Keyword Planner, open in a new tab. And then we have a few options here. So let me drag this out so you can actually see it. So we have 2 options. We can discover new keywords or get search volume and forecasts. So what we want to do here is click on discover new keywords. Here we just type in a few relevant keywords. So let's say we're in the health industry, so we might type in something like health, fitness, healthy eating. Now these are short tail keywords, and we know that the competition is going to be very high, but it's going to bring back some ideas for us to help us drill down a little bit to the niche level. But we might already have some ideas about the keywords we want to target. So maybe we want to maybe we're in the health industry and we want to go maybe something like lose weight men over 40. So that is a good example of a long tail key phrase, comma, and let's stick with that for the moment. Then we go down to get results, click that. Now what's going to happen is it's going to bring back loads of data here. Hopefully you can see that. So it's got our main keywords here, and then we drag this down actually. So let me move this into view so you can see it properly. So it's got our main keywords there, and you can see that the average monthly searches is very vague. So for fitness, it's got between 10,000 and 100,000 searches per month. That really doesn't tell us very much. So we're going to drill down into these in a second. We're going to get a bit more specific. But if we scroll down, it's giving us keyword ideas. So there, it's got things like gym, gym near me, apple cider vinegar, mental health. If we go down, it's going to give us loads of starting points so we can see what other people are searching for in our industry. But we need to get a bit more specific. So here at the top, we have locations. If we click that, here you can see that my country is United Kingdom, but we can also enter in other countries. So United States, that could be a good one to go for. I suggest you go for Canada as well. Add that. Also Australia is a good one. So now we click save. So now we're changing the level of the search volume because it's bringing back more data for us. So here you can see it's gone from 10,000 to 100,000 to 1 million, but it's still quite vague. So what we need to do is add these to a plan. We don't have to buy anything. We don't have to do anything. All it is just pointing and clicking. It's really simple. So we add these to a plan and it will drill down and show us the specific average monthly search volume. So what we do, we check them all, make sure that all are selected, then add to plan. Just do that. We can add a new group if we want to. So maybe we go health, create. Oh, we want exact match as well, add to plan. That's good. We can add more keywords if we want to by going up here. And now we go to plan overview. And it's bringing back all that data for us. Let me drag this over so you can see it properly. So here it is showing the exact number of impressions, for specific keywords there. It's also showing you a forecast of how it predicts things will go over the next year. So if we change this, hopefully you can see this. Let me drag it in. So if we click there and add impressions, there you can see the number of estimated clicks over the next year and impressions. And we can go back in time there. You can see what's happened over the last year. So you can see how things are going to go. We can also look at what's happening on specific devices, so mobile phones, tablets, computers, and look at how many people are now using mobile phones on the internet. It's amazing to think that in such a short amount of time, we have gone from computers being the dominant force to now mobile phones. And here you can see the specific locations as well. So there you can drill down into these even further if you want to, so you can get more specific. And this is a really smart way to do keyword research. So that is the Google Keyword Planner. So let's drag this in again. Actually, we need to go back to Google. So let me do that, because what's going to happen is we're going to have a look at the competition levels. So here we are back in Google. Let's say we're going with weight loss for men over 40. Click that. Here you can see that we have got over 300 million results for that. So the competition is pretty high, but at least it's not in the billions, right? So what you need to do is get the highest possible search volume, but the lowest amount of competition. Does that make sense? So if we're going for keywords in the 100,000 to million range of search volume, avoid that. You want to get away from that because the competition is just going to be too great. So you want to stick with keywords, key phrases, long tail keywords, long tail key phrases that have got at least 1,000 a month up to probably around 50. I think between that, you're probably going to be okay. And then you can increase it as you build authority over time. So that's keyword research done. Take your time with that because good research is going to pay off. Okay, let's move on to reverse engineering. So for reverse engineering, we can use SEObook.com. No one really talks about this, right? Chances are you may not have heard of this website, but it's such a powerful tool that we should be using it. Professional SEOs do use it. We're going to specifically use their keyword density analyzer. I'll walk you through it in a second. So we need to take note of additional keywords that highlights for us. We can also use the Moz Link Explorer. That's a free tool. It's really handy. And we can use BuzzSumo to see what type of content is performing really well for our competition. So let's go to SEO Book. So this is what it looks like. This is the keyword density analyzer. So what I'm going to do is I have put in my key phrase here, weight loss for men over 40. What I'm going to do is grab that URL of the search engine results page. So what you're going to do here is paste in the URL of the search engine results page, and what it's going to do is bring back a list of other keywords that are being found on the search engine results page. So that tells you what keywords you need to be including in your description, in your headline possibly, and in the copy of your content. So make use of that tool. It is free to use and it is probably one of the best. So let's just get through this because there is so much more to cover. So take a note of those additional keywords so you can put them inside your copy. So let me show you another tool. This is the Moz Link Explorer. So you put in the URL of your competition there. What it's going to do is retrieve all the backlink data that it has about that website. It's going to show you who is linking to your competition. So of course, if they're linking to your competition and you have better content, chances are they're going to link to you too if you make those websites aware of the content you have available. The next one I've got for you is BuzzSumo. Let me show you that. So what BuzzSumo will allow you to do is it's going to have a look at the keywords you put in. It's going to show you the most popular content in that niche for those specific keywords. So exactly what your competition are doing. And then all you have to do is make content that is similar because you know it works. It's going to show you what's working on social media for your competition. How cool is that? And you get I think it's 5 searches a month with BuzzSumo. They may have changed it recently, but last time I used it, that's the deal. Okay, so now let's move on to on-page SEO. So on-page SEO is all the stuff you have control over. You can do anything with your pages, obviously, because they're your pages. So to make your pages optimized for the search engines, they need to be fast and responsive. So we can use the Google PageSpeed Insights tool to verify that your pages are loading fast. And they also need to be responsive. So they need to work on mobiles. We've already seen how much traffic comes in the form of mobile traffic. So it makes sense that these websites we build have to work on those devices as well. So it's probably more important now to build for mobile than desktop. Your copy, the actual article length, needs to be around 2,000 words. I know that a lot of people will tell you 500 to 1,000 words. That's okay, but if you want the edge, go 2,000 more if you can. I know people who are doing really well with 5,000 word articles. If you can go that far, go that far. I know that it might not be possible for a lot of people. So I would absolutely encourage you to go minimum 2,000 per article. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of research, but it's going to pay off. Your on-page SEO needs to have relevant links. This is relevant links to other pages on your website, and the keyword here is relevancy. So don't link just for the sake of linking. Only link when it feels natural from an editorial point of view to do so. So if it's going to be of benefit to the reader, then sure, go ahead, link to other pages on your website and also link to other websites. I know that some marketers are worried about passing link juice to the competition, that kind of thing. That's absolute nonsense. It's not going to harm you, it's going to help you. Link to your competition, it's okay. Google will look at that and see, well, they're linking to this authority website, they're linking to this source, which is trustworthy, so they're providing decent information for their end users. So don't worry about link juice and all that stuff. Just link to your competition where it is natural and feels relevant to do so. So you need to put your keywords in the following. We're going to have a list now, so put your keywords in. H1 tags. Your H1 tag is usually, certainly if you're using WordPress, then your H1 tag is going to be your title. That's taken care of. So you need to also add your keywords and other keywords. Remember we looked at the SEO book tool and we got that list of additional keywords to use. Put them in your H2 and your H3 tags as well. That's a really smart tip. We need to have your keywords in the very first sentence, if not the first paragraph. So at least in the first paragraph, ideally in the first sentence of that paragraph. And we need to repeat those keywords again in the last sentence. We need to be aware of the keyword relevancy as well. So if you're using a WordPress plugin like YOAST SEO, then that's going to show you the relevancy for that article. And I'd say stick of a relevancy, well, don't exceed 2% keyword relevancy. Make sure that the image name has also got the keywords, so the file name, the .jpeg, .gif, whatever, make sure your keywords are there as well. And in the image alt tag, so WordPress will allow you to add additional information to your images. Take advantage of that as well. So add your keywords there. Make sure that your category names have keywords in there so it's relevant to your niche. And also take advantage of those tags. Add tags to your articles. You can have a whole heap of sub-niche tags there. Take advantage. Make sure that you have a sitemap. These plugins will generate sitemaps for you now. So make sure that that is switched on in YOAST or SEO all in one, and add that sitemap to Google Search Console. Make sure you absolutely do that. So to do all this, we use WordPress plugins. So they're free to use, very, very handy. So let's move on to off-page SEO. This is the stuff we can't really control too much. We can kind of influence it if we want to. I'll show you how. So we're talking about things like relevant backlinks. So the links, the inbound links to your site, the relevancy of the anchor text used on those links. Listen, when it comes to anchor text, I know it's so tempting to use just your keywords every single time. Okay, your anchor text is the actual name of the link. So if you're in weight loss, you might be tempted to have weight loss as those anchor texts. Don't do that all the time. Diversify the anchor text. If you are, publishing on other websites, mix it up a bit, because a link profile of 100% the same anchor text looks so spammy. So you want to mix it up a bit. Use citations. Go to Yelp and review websites, business directories. Get your address and phone number listed on those. That's really important, because it tells Google that you're a real company. You're not just one of those, random online sites that we see pop up and don't really have anything about them or any level of commitment to their niche. So you want to separate yourself from those through using citations. Off-page SEO also includes brand mentions, not just links, not just citations. So every time your website or brand is mentioned on the internet, places like forums, Google is going to look at that and use that as well. So that can be powerful. Also, off-page SEO includes social signals. So your social media activity. Are you being mentioned on social media? Are social media statuses and updates linking to your website? That kind of thing. And reviews as well. Reviews, especially on Google My Business, that counts towards your SEO, particularly local SEO. So that's all off-page SEO stuff that you can kind of influence, but you don't really have that much control over. So let's move on to your internal linking structure. So this is how you should build your website. Let's say it's a weight loss website. So here we have different sections. So you break down the categories into relevant sections. So if it's a weight loss website, we might have exercises, and then we break that down further. So we might have leg exercises and ab exercises. Another big section might be diet plans. So we could break that down further into low carb, slim fast. And then another big section might be supplements. And then we break that down further into protein and vitamins. So that is how you structure a website, especially if you want to build an authority website. Now, everyone wants an authority website, and I will make a video specifically showing you how to build an authority website. If you want me to, let me know in the comments. Tell me, yes, Mick, I want to learn how to make an authority website, and I will make that video for you. But let me just say, if you're intending to build an authority website with all these different sections, the trick to doing it successfully, so you also make money at the same time, is to choose just one topic. So if we were looking at this diet website, weight loss website, we might choose diet plans and maybe low carb diet plans. That will be one topic, and then we go deep into that topic. We build a funnel around that topic, and then because we have the funnel, we make money. And then when we have that funnel converting, we move on to the next topic. And that's how we build an authority website and make money at the same time. I'll go into a lot more detail if you want me to. Do tell me in the comments. So that's how to structure your website. So let's move on to the 9 vital SEO metrics, because There are hundreds of metrics to choose from. I'm only going to show you the 9 that you actually really need to bother with. The rest, yeah. So, the first one, in your Google Analytics, have a look at organic traffic. Have a look at that tab, drill into that, spend time looking at what works, because when you know what works, you know what you need to do more of. Also, keep an eye on the pages per session. That is really vital information. The click-through rate. We get that information in the Google Search Console. So have a look at your click-through rate. It's going to tell you how many people are clicking versus the number of impressions you get. So you know if the headline is working or not. So you might need to improve your copy to increase that click-through rate. So you might be ranking fine, but people aren't clicking. So that will tell you you need to improve your copywriting. Again, if you want to learn more copywriting skills, tell me in the comments and I would love to make that video for you. Listen, when it comes to copywriting, that is one of my big passions. I could talk for hours and hours and hours about copywriting, but you tell me what you want. If you want to learn that stuff, I will be delighted to make that content for you. So focus on your click-through rate. Also, think about the number of impressions you're receiving, because that's going to tell you if your copy is working. You need to focus on your bounce rate as well. If you can reduce your bounce rate, that means more people are spending more time on the website. That's exactly what you want to see. More people spending time on your website. Because if they're hitting your website, then clicking away, something's wrong. They're not getting exactly what they expected. So you want to reduce your bounce rate. You also need to keep an eye on the position you have in the search engine results pages. That's really important. So we can do all the SEO, but unless we're keeping an eye on what's working, it's kind of pointless. So we need to use FatRank to keep an eye on our search engine position. Also, have a look at the number of inbound links that people were linking to you and consider linking back to them. It's a nice way, not from the same piece of content though. Just as you're creating new content, think, well, maybe if there's a way I can link to them as a thank you, and they'll notice that. And of course, they're going to carry on linking to you too. So keep an eye on your inbound links. Also, your conversion rate. In Google Analytics, you can set up goals so you can track your conversion rate very easily. Because what's the point of doing SEO, getting traffic, if no one converts into customers or leads? Set up your goals in Google Analytics so you can track your conversion rate. So, here are a few SEO tips that you need to be aware of to improve your chances of getting ranked higher in Google. So, link to relevant websites. We've already spoken about that, but keep that fresh in your memory. When you're creating content, do link it out to relevant authority websites. Write your content for humans first. So don't spin it. Make sure that everything is for humans, that people can actually, real visitors. Because listen, bots don't have credit cards, right? So you want to write for humans. So when they visit your website, they get value. And then they will naturally want to sign up to your lead magnet, opt into your funnel, and ultimately buy stuff based on your recommendations. Put your keywords in the actual URL. So that's your slug. So if you have, yourwebsite.com/keyword, the keyword of your title, .html. Also publish on a consistent basis. You need to do that. So there's no point publishing every couple of weeks, then waiting a few months and then a few more days of publishing. Don't do that. You need to set a schedule, a regular schedule, and stick to it. Know that this is going to take time. So the problems with SEO. And we do have a few problems. Nothing's perfect. So SEO does take a long time to get results. Typically, if you have a brand new website, you will probably not see any decent results from the SERPs for maybe 6 to 18 months. In fact, most SEOs will not touch a website that is less than 6 months to a year old. So if you have a brand new website and an SEO company is willing to work with you, that's a red flag. Listen, there are loads and loads of SEO scammers out there. If you want me to make a video talking about SEO scams so you know how to avoid them, tell me in the comments. I would love to do that for you. But let me just say, if any SEO company promises you first, second, third, fourth, fifth, position on the front page, run like hell. They're lying to you. No one can guarantee that kind of position. Also, if they're willing to work with a brand new website that has got nothing there, that's another red flag. So, anyone who promises you results, specific results, they can't do that. Legitimate, honest, decent SEOs don't do that. They will be straight up and honest with you, because they know it takes time and it's a gamble. It does take constant work and constant investment, unless you're willing to learn it yourself. And there are over 200 signals that you need to be aware of. So it does take constant work and investment if you're paying someone else to do it for you. Unpredictable results. We can't guarantee anything. We don't know what's going to happen in the search engine results pages. And even then, things can change overnight because the algorithms are constantly changing. Listen, I remember when Google made changes to, I think it was Panda, possibly, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of websites wiped out overnight. Hundreds of businesses gone. People out of work. It cost people their livelihood. So SEO is a fantastic option for free organic traffic, but it's not the only option for free organic traffic. And I say take it. Take SEO. Use it for what you can, but don't become dependent on it. Don't allow it to be your only source of traffic. You have to diversify. Because if you don't do that, it is dangerous to build your business just on SEO. Really don't do it. So what do you do? What's the next step? Well, if you want to diversify your traffic sources and get traffic now, I am talking literally in a matter of days instead of months. I want you to go to profitcopilot.com/traffic, grab that for free. It will show you exactly what you need to do to get traffic fast. And if you found this useful, give it a thumbs up below, subscribe to the channel too, hit that little notification bell, and you will always receive the latest videos from me. So thank you for checking this out. I know it's been a long one today and it's got dark all around me during the course of this tutorial, but I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for checking it out, and I look forward to seeing you in the comments below. Take care.